Okay, so I think this is gonna be fine for the floor. Let's make the bed.
The only problem that I got right here is that I couldn't subdivide at the bottom of the bed. So I had to recreate an entire cube and then I merged them.
So we have this good looking bed. I like it. I should make a carpet though. Okay, I'm gonna make a table with a computer. Let's make a table and a computer, some gaming chair.
Making the wheels of the chair took me longer than what I thought it would take me, and the rest actually was fairly easy because they resemble squares, although I didn't make a detailed back for the chair.
I wanna change the floor, some details.
I just gave them lines so they look like wooden floor.
Floor looks better. Now I should focus on improving the keyboard probably. Let me see if I can insert some keys or something like that.
While other easy squares.
Okay, so now we need a mouse.
I definitely struggle with objects that are not similar to squares. I don't know why, but it really took me longer than what I thought it would take me.
So I think I should color the entire thing.
I think that colors usually make it more alive. I also made some decoration to the chair.
Now that we gave this entire trash a little bit of color, we can keep working on adding new stuff. So let's go back to solid mode now that we color everything, and I should add a couple of extra stuff. Let's make a closet.
This one took me longer time, but it was fairly simple as well. I think that the reason why it was simple for me is because it's similar to a square. Well, it's more like a rectangle, but you get me.
Okay, so let's see how it looks. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think though this can actually be smaller. I'm gonna make a mirror or something like that.
I made both the window and the table, and they are similar to squares.
Let's start by making the character.
Oh, but oh boy. Oh no, man. This is where the struggle started. This time, I struggled really hard because it didn't look even close to a square, man. Luckily, I had the subsurface modifier, which makes it so you can make circles with squares. It didn't matter though, because I had to make the hair of the character, and I was really bad at making hair. First, I used path objects. Then I gave up because it was gonna take me longer. So I made a mesh and then I used the sculpting mode, which I'm not really good at yet. And then I made the bones for the character, and that wasn't that hard actually. I didn't struggle as much. Although in the end I didn't fix the weight paint entirely.
Okay, now that we made this character and its bones, I want to see if I can make everything look less blocky.
At this point, I watched the Donut tutorial about shading. So I wanted to change the textures and I wanted to make them look a little bit more realistic. In that day, I was experimenting with all the different textures that Blender gives you. And then I used an image texture to like give the hair more realism. But I gave up because I lost all the progress because Blender crashed. And unfortunately, I didn't save the file. It's a shame because the hair was looking really good. But I ended up using the brick texture node. The hair looked good enough, so I didn't touch the hair anymore. Remember kids, don't forget to save up your Blender file.
Wait, I forgot. Can you do animations in shading? In the shading tab? I think you were able to do that in the geometry nodes. I wonder if there's the same node.
That node was not available, but I was able to accomplish the same by using keyframes.
I want to make some tree.
This is the only time in which different shapes compared to rectangles or cubes were easy to make.
I do a little bit of animation and I'm gonna go.
The dance I made was so weird because I didn't have experience with moving bones to make animation.
Let me put the camera right here. Wow, look at this. It has animation and everything. Oh, let me go to render mode. There's nothing visible right here. So there should be some light right here. Oh, Jesus. I'm starting to like it. Let me add some yellow. Probably gonna activate the... I forgot the proportional editing right here. Let me change the circumference a little bit. Now let me decorate this empty bedroom because there's nothing in here.
Then I proceeded to make a PlayStation 2 guitar. This entire animation is based on a picture made by a user from a Spanish Discord community by the name of The Zombie. I just wanted to make that PS2 guitar. If you're curious about the picture, it's basically a fan art for a content creator. She's called Yuchi. And then I proceeded to make a flower. For some reason I didn't struggle with this one, even though it's not a square.
Let's make the lamp, man.
I wasted a lot of time with the lights. The reason why I wasted a lot of time is because I wanted to create some light bulbs, but I didn't want to show a shadow for the light bulbs, and I wanted to make it so they illuminate the room. Besides that, I don't know anything about lighting. This is something I gotta learn.
Okay, what else should I do? I'm gonna duplicate these. I know what I'm gonna do. I think this is gonna be the end.
So I manually draw the Yuji name. I know I could literally use the text, but I wanted to do it manually.
Alright, that seems good. So I'm gonna make another collection for the letters. Let's separate each one of these.
I separated them for animation purposes.
So let's work with animation.
Well, this is the part where I animated the text. I feel like this entire project took me like 6 days because I'm a beginner.
Alright, so let's play this. Yeah, I think this is fine. I think this will be enough. Now this is the time in which I give some camera rotation. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Yeah, it's good enough for like finishing my first project. I can say, well, at least this is finished. So I'm gonna stop now.